Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. It's been a while since I last did a flight. Been trying to upgrade my computer, had some bumps in the road. My RAM module 1 and 2 stopped working, so I had to buy a new motherboard. Luckily I could just buy the same one I had, so it was relatively pain-free to move it over, but of course still annoying to have to cash out an extra 200 USD, but oh well, c'est la vie. But finally we are back and flying, and I now have my i9 14900 Intel, a new water cooler, and I can still use my 64 gigabytes of RAM, so that's nice. And this is actually the third attempt I'm gonna make at doing a flight with the MD-11 that I'm gonna record on YouTube. I've had some issues. I think the first one I did for I think I was gonna fly for Metro Air, but then I had to go in between before I could finish it. And then another one for Canadian Express. I think I re-downloaded the aircraft, and then I had forgotten to remove some files, so I had that stuttering issue up in the air. Now hopefully though this should be the one that makes it onto YouTube, and we're flying Airwego cargo. We are at London Stansted, which is or brought to us by UK 2000. It's the first time I'm actually using this airport to fly to anywhere. I haven't yet flown to it. It's, as you can see, a bit of an old school one, kind of late FSX, early P3D era, but it's still a pretty nice airport. And it looks pretty good. It's not that expensive. It's like, I think I bought it for like 8 USD or something like that. It was on sale. But yeah, and we are doing a bit of a longer flight actually. We're gonna fly to Helsinki, and my thinking is to try and use time compression. But let's see. Might not be that nice to record the time compression, so I might not use that feature while recording. But let's see how I kind of put it all together. I'm always a bit afraid to use time compression specifically since I haven't used it before with the TFDI MD-11, but maybe it will work. And as you know, this aircraft has been updated quite a bit. There's still some more updates coming, even for P3D, but the updates they have done now for P3D are quite nice, actually. I'm actually going to see if I can find the... Here we go. We even have the extended simulation now. So that's pretty cool with failures, etc. You can choose what state, but it's kind of not connected to the aircraft. It's a separate tool, which I think is a bit sad, of course. We don't get the circuit breakers animated like in Microsoft Flight Sim. So yeah, a bit of a bummer. We didn't either get the art update, but we still have a pretty damn beautiful aircraft. We got, of course, some improvements. For example, the freighter version no longer has the problem with this wheel door, and there's still some issues. For example, you can see here this red text, but yeah, hopefully some of these will be fixed before they let go of P3D. I still think it's a pretty nice looking aircraft. With the disclaimer that the passenger version is much nicer, I would say. That one has some of its own issues, some windows without windows, but hopefully they'll fix that. But generally the fuselage on that one I think looks a bit better for some reason. I think they just put more time into that. Probably that was the one they kind of designed first, and then they did the freighter. But I mean, it's still a pretty good looking aircraft for P3D standards. Some things lacking though. If I could kind of decide to add some things, and in terms of priority, I would go with the terrain radar first. I think that's something every aircraft should have, at least at this quality. Damn shame that they don't have that in P3D. And then after that, I think... God, now I'm blanking what my second thing was, but at least my third thing would have been to add the wing flex. That's a pretty cool kind of animation thing that adds to the immersion. But let's see what they do. In terms of other, I guess quality of life would have, of course, been if they could have, or actually now I remember, my second thing would have been the takeoff calculator, getting those values that you need in the EFB. And then a fourth thing also would be to add kind of the things that you have animated, like the circuit breakers and maybe even the window, being able to open that. But apart from that, I mean, it looks pretty decent. It's not a bad looking aircraft. Definitely not on my, like, the top 3 ones, where we have, for example, the PMDG aircrafts, I guess most of them, and then some other, but you know, maybe like top 10, top 15. It's still a good looking one, a good looking bird. And 3 engines just, yeah, it makes it kind of unique. So we're a bit spoiled in that sense in P3D, since we do have now, I guess, the 727 finally working from Captain Sim, and then we also have the TriStar from Captain Sim. So we have some nice 3-engine aircraft, and the Tupolev 154 from Simony Club. So yeah, a lot of nice ones. But yeah, let's get going, and let's see. I think we can walk up on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is pretty cool. So there we go. Gotta love chase plane for that. The interiors doesn't look too good, and you see that kind of it goes into the fuselage. That's the limit of P3D, but oh well. Let's change back to the outside viewpoint and maybe put something nice. Bless me. Okay, let's see. But yeah, not a super long flight, but neither a short one. This is actually, or for me, it's a long flight. Let's put it that way. We'll put the batteries on as a first step. The external power. We can hear the nice callouts. Okay, that's also one thing that I would put up pretty high on what they should, and I don't think they have it in the Microsoft Flight Sim version either. That's callouts for things like, at least for the takeoff, like V1 rotate. I think those kind of things do add a lot to the immersion. I think generally those kind of callouts would help, you know, like flaps, etc. Those kind of things. Okay. I know some aircraft have that automatically, but some, you know, they get it through, you know, a Lua script or something to that extent. The first thing we'll do is start the boarding process. Just gonna speed things up. We don't need to attach the pushback tug. We can load a flight plan. I'm just gonna refresh my sim brief. I'm just gonna check if I have anything weird open. Nothing I can see. We can maybe keep the flight plan open also on my computer. The problem is I need to use my separate screen on my computer for for chase plane, just to make sure it. Let me see now. Oh, now we have a double. We don't need two. Ah, damn it! I closed the wrong one. Let me see if we can get the AIG traffic controller up and running again. I think what I'll need to do is go to documents. This is the problem when you have too many add-ons. Some days I'm like, maybe I should just cut down on stuff. You know, is it worth having everything? Does everything have to look, you know, good? You need photoreal, those kind of things. But oh well. You reap what you sow. We'll send the flight plan to the FMC. We'll set the fuel load. Looks pretty decent in terms of our time estimations. Won't be a super long flight. Let's check our viewpoints inside. Yeah, we have some nice ones. Only 3, but that's sufficient. Oh yeah, I need a chase plane because I want to make sure it's working. So we're gonna open it separately. Good. I'm gonna just check quickly here on my hardware EFB what the weather is looking like. We have severe icing warnings at flight level 180 and I guess above around Norway. We're just kind of gonna cut through that. We have moderate icing warnings around Sweden and Norway. I'm gonna show you quickly also so you see what I'm talking about here with higher flight levels. So there's definitely some icing going on. We also have some down here, but we're not gonna be flying through that. I guess this is a jet stream, right? So we'll get some speed boost. But yeah, that's always good to check. I like to check that. In terms of the weather at our destination and here, let's do double check. Did I get that into the, or did I? Yeah, here we have. So 139 knots. Oh, god damn it. Daily board, what's that? Always opening the wrong things, unfortunately. Let's see. No, we don't need that. There we go. The altimeter is at 1011. And let's use the European one. Oh, sorry, we don't wanna. We want to change there. Sorry, there. 1011 at our destination. The QNH is 1029, so a bit higher, and overcast at 800. That's not going to be problematic, but it will mean, having the autopilot guide us down quite a bit. We'll be able to do the final part manually. Maybe we can even do the throttle manually for a while. But yeah, so the overcast, that's something to keep in mind. Our alternate is Riga. It's a bit better, 1200 with few clouds. So yeah, a bit higher altimeter. Yeah, 1033 or QNH, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, it's changing. Let me see. It's also changing in Finland. Broken at 003. So there might be risks actually around the minimums, but it should be fine. The weather is changing kind of rapidly, so I think we'll be fine. We'll have a bit more wind. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the 2-2 runways that are gonna be in use, maybe 15, because the wind is from around 1.7 and then it changes to 2.4 and 2.5. Let's have a look on the outside. Yeah, we can see they're loading. I haven't really aligned those perfectly, so they do come out a bit out of the fuselage, but it's pretty good for being like GSX. It's a very nice add-on in that regard. The only, I guess, negative I have with the FS Dream Team is that I bought Louisville. It doesn't work in P3D. I really hope that they fix that. Actually, talking about that, let's check their forum if they have said anything new. Finally, it seems like he's found the issue. That's great news, actually. Really look forward to using Louisville. Took a bit of time to convince Umberto. I need to actually put this into one of the discords I'm part of with Adam and some of the other that are still on P3D. Gonna try that after this flight and see how it works. Let's yeah, get back into our immersion here. We are gonna put on the nav lights. So I think those are on, green and red, right? Then what we'll do is we'll set up pilot to ADC. We're gonna import. One thing, I've had a lot of issues with pilot ADC. Let's see if it works. I've lost the voices. Now I have the really computerized voices. but let's see how it works. PyTDC says we're going to be flying at 37,000 feet, which aligns with my SimBrief flight plan. We're not flying Canadian Express. That was the flight I did earlier today. We are doing Airwego. So we're going to save Airwego. We're going to validate the flight plan. It seems to look pretty correct. I haven't flown out of Stansted ever before, so it will be a bit interesting to see. We're not going to get any nice views of downtown London, but since we're a bit further north, I guess this is one of those cheaper ones. This one, and then is it Luton, who's also kind of up here, somewhere in this vicinity. Question is where though? It's not that far away, right? Or maybe it's closer. Well, it's somewhere here around, because I think you have like Southend down here, then EGLC, Gatwick, Heathrow, and then Luton should be somewhere around here. Maybe it's too small to find quickly, or maybe I'm just looking in the wrong place. Let's connect. And while we let that connect, we'll set up a bit here. I think this will remove itself once we've connected. So what we'll do is we'll put ACARS, and I think there's, you know, some ACARS functionality. I haven't looked into that, but I think there's some. So that's very nice to see.
Runway 04, departing runway 04, 04 center.
Let me see, I want to get this correct.
Stansted Airport information Romeo,
indicator.
1050 local winds are 129er at 9er knots.
Okay, that's
Visibility
good.
6 miles.
And
skies clear. Temperature 6, dew 0.5. Current altimeter is 29er85.
I'll switch so we have the, yeah, we don't need to listen to the 80s. What I just want to do here is I want to make sure, yeah, we have the flight plan. I want to initialize the IRS, and then what we can do is ask for IFR clearance or have our co-pilot ask for it, since that works better.
Airwego 4003 heavy ready to copy IFR clearance.
And we can put that into flight number.
Airwego 4003 heavy is cleared to Echo Foxtrot.
Our alternate
Hotel
is
Kilo.
Evra.
Fly the CLN5 Sierra departure
We're
with
flying
the
a
CLN
non-step climb, 3C. Or actually, is it a step climb?
Climb to flight level
Well, I'm too lazy to put that in. I'll go ahead without it.
5 minutes after departure.
We're flying at 20.
Radar director on
Cost index. And then this one is interesting. This, I thought it was always like heading, but it's actually, it is, you put the heading on the wind, but it's like heading or tailwind, that's the TL. So 224, which is gonna be a bit of a tailwind, I think.
Climb to flight level 140 via the departure.
Let me see if this works. So you see, you learn some things as you go. Let me see, TL.
Airwego 4003 heavy read back correct. Altimeter 29er85.
Or maybe I misunderstood it. Let me see if I do 224
when ready for pushback,
out of range.
Altimeter 2985. Ground on 121.72. Airwego 4003 heavy.
I think this will work though. Oh no, that's a format error. Yeah, I need to check that actually, how it's because you can really like put in maybe that's like the max one. Maybe that's in terms of knots actually, and rather than the heading of it. Then I would do like this, for example. But okay, that's good. Then yeah, learning as we go. Block fuel, we can check. It's supposed to be 53. That makes sense. Takeoff fuel is supposed to be 411.4. So we don't have a lot of weight. Then these ones are automatic, so we don't have any kind of calculator in that regard. Also something that would have been nice to see added. We don't have to put anything else in here. We can check the flight plan thing. Yeah, looks like we're getting some inputs. Let's go to the outside. Yeah, the boarding is soon done, so that's nice. We can, with that in mind, also start the APU. The APU operation on this aircraft is relatively smooth, so that's nice. Let's also listen to this one. Engine 1 fire.
Engine 2 fire. Engine 3 fire.
Yeah, kind of nice, those callouts. Flaps and slats are, yeah, those should be, not sure why they were wrongly set, and now they are totally retracted. That's good. And let's see, we did get the input right. One thing we need to change though is the metric, so it's not in the US. Squawk 3013. 3013. 13. There we go. We're gonna put this on just so we don't forget. We'll also lock the cockpit door. Or I'm not sure, maybe you don't do that. I don't know how it works with the cargo if you have some crew there in the back. What else? We do have the APU. We can put the bleed on. We seem to have alignment, I'm pretty sure. So we can turn off the external power. And I'll also disconnect that. I'll do the same with the wheel chocks. That means also we have to put down the brakes and then press the parking brake to get it to work. In terms of our in terms of our departure, we're doing the CLN 5S with the CLN transition, which aligns with what I'm aware of that what we're supposed to be flying according to our flight plan. And we're taking off from runway 4, CLN 5S. So you can insert that. And then after CLN, we are flying to Lebbo, Larga, yeah, Sopto, Gollum, love that one. Let me see if we have it here actually. Do we have Gollum? So after Larga we have Gollum. After Gollum we're supposed to be flying to Kemeg. After Kemeg we're supposed to be flying to Etvok. After Etvok to Detna and then Invol. Yeah, makes sense. Then Detso, Tusni, Ibvut, Lakut. And then we're doing the runway 15 actually arrival. So we're gonna do the star. ILS 15. We have the Laku 8M, which will be fine. We can insert that. There should be a discontinuity. That's good. We can keep that. We can go to the takeoff page. We put this on flight plan. Let's check that these are all aligned. Yeah, they look fine. And what else? What else? I really like how this the kind of what's it called, the glare shield. At least this panel looks kind of with the reflections and stuff. They've done a good job there. Otherwise, it's also a very nice looking aircraft actually on the inside. Okay, let's see. What am I? Oh yeah, emergency lights and emergency power. Let's put those on. We can put on the no smoking and the seat belt. But what else? What else? What else? What else? Actually, that's a good question. What else could it be that we need to set up? Yeah, I think it's mainly the takeoff data. I think that's the main thing. And let's check with the active sky. So we have 114 maybe in terms of wind direction. So 14 maybe could be fine. There's no slope in P3D. We're gonna do flap 13. We're gonna do flex, and we're gonna use SimBrief for that. What I usually do is I take the SimBrief one and then I go a bit lower. So it's 59, we'll do 54, because it gives me a bit of a margin of error. It's not as kind of efficient or perfectly kind of set up, but it will do the job. Let's do 13. I think 21 is quite common, but yeah, let's go with that. Outside air temp, what was it said? It was 6 degrees Celsius. So pretty warm. The V speeds, let's check. So what we're being suggested is 35, 48, and 58. We have 30, 40, and 59. It's maybe it's okay. But actually, I want to have those. The packs are gonna be on. So do we need to reset these ones? I'm just gonna raise it a bit, maybe the rotation one, just to give us a bit of margin of safety. But yeah, I think that's good enough. What's the stabilizer? 3.1. Okay, so we just need to tweak it minorly. If we're taking off from runway 4, we have to taxi left and then down, so it's gonna be a very short taxi route here. And then we take off. It's a small it's not a small airport, but it's only a one runway airport. It does though seem to have quite a bit of expansion area, or potential expansion area around it, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's more in the future in case it expands. Might not be necessary, of course. Guess it depends on where they want to put their resources in London area. If you can call Stansted London, that is. Let me decrease here. I'll do the same here. We'll also put data, traffic, data and traffic. We can see there's some aircraft, so they have loaded in now. Quite a bit of variety. Any fun cargo planes around us? Doesn't look that way. So we're a bit doing our own thing. With that in mind, we'll ask for pushback and departure. I try to request. Nah, we're gonna skip that. We'll ask for pushback with pilot to ADC.
Heavy ready for pushback.
I think all the doors are actually closed. Yeah.
Pushback and engine start approved.
So that's good.
Pushback and engine start approved.
Now the only things I actually need to upgrade is get a new mouse, because the middle scroll wheel has stopped working. I can't click with it anymore. And then I need to get new speakers. I can only use them on mono now. Not that nice when you're flying. It's very nice when you can hear the sounds from left to right. I now have like 2 speakers, but they're all on the same kind of channel. Maybe I actually could tweak that. I have some different inputs. Yeah, I'll need to check. Maybe I don't need to buy new ones, but of course you don't want to go with a broken setup, to be honest. It's all looking good, right? Maybe we can put the beacon. One important thing we need to fix is the compass.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So I'm gonna go and do that. We're gonna get the booked flight. We're gonna select an aircraft type, get the online flight plan. Minimum arrival fuel. We need to raise that. I don't know why they put it as such a high number. I usually use the final reserve and just put that. And now we're waiting for taxi. Okay, locking gear. We're gonna do nose left and tail right. Just taking a quick look, seeing if there's anything we're missing. Doesn't look like it. This is also one thing. Where are the goddamn captain and co-pilot? I mean, it makes no sense that they are not visually there. They're in the Microsoft Flight Sim version. So yeah, feels a bit ridiculous. We'll put that on so we have the ignition. And let me see. Oh, interesting. We're just gonna be pushed back. We're not gonna be kind of lifted up. Okay. Can I?
Commencing push.
Yeah.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
And we did get the pushback and engine start. I'll ask for taxi request as well, so we have that.
Ground, Airwego 4003 Heavy ready to taxi.
I like that the computerized voices aren't that bad. Okay, and we are taxiing now. Let me just see, yeah, throttles are closed. Okay, pushing the middle mouse, or the middle engine button. Okay, let's see, 11, 12, yeah, it's looking good. Fuel, we can put that on. It's a very interesting aircraft in the sense that, you know, it's such a, like it's this one and the 717, right? Like it's so interesting that they had this kind of modern non-analog McDonnell Douglas. It sucks that they didn't get more sales. It would have been fun to have a competitor. Maybe Embraer could get there, but it really feels like it's a duopoly. God, can't speak now, but yeah, you get what I mean. Okay, that was a quick start with that one. Let's do engine number 3. Seeing rising values. That's good. Again, inject some fuel into it. Is there anything I've forgotten to do? Yeah, here you can see the circuit breakers, nothing that I can press, unfortunately. Cargo door test. Yeah, okay, that's good. That test works as well. Okay, now we have the third engine. We can do the number 1. Oh, we don't want to be pushed back too far.
Set parking brakes.
Yeah, we already... yeah, okay. Not the best. Okay, parking brake set. Fuel injection. Hopefully we don't get any issues. I think I have like random failures on. Or maybe I don't actually have random ones on. I have, you can tweak it here on general. So I have failure chance normal, but then I don't have random. Yeah, it's, maybe I need to have that, but let's not. I don't want to have anything bad happen, to be honest. I think we can actually ditch this one. It's okay EFB, but really not something that I need to use since I have my own one. We can confirm that we had a good engine start. We can arm that.
Unlocking gear.
We're going flap 13. And the APU is gonna be closing once I turn the bleed off. So it will automatically shut down.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Yeah, I think they're leaving us.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
That's good. We'll put on the taxi lights. Those lights are not fixed yet either, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay. So that's like the emergency light. Good. Also this would be nice if you could press it. Doesn't really do anything, but yeah. It's nicer than to not have it. That seems to work at least, that's nice. Let's press R to flight so we get the takeoff clamp. Let's do nav and let's do prof. Let's check what we were cleared to. We were cleared to 140. Okay, bye bye. We can wave to the guy. And then what else? What else do we need to do?
Roger, you have to continue to the beginning. You can continue taxi now. Okay, taxi. So it's 76 Juliet cross to 7 at November 2.
Okay, now Now we are ready to go. We can see the APU is closing. We have the lights set. You can see the slats here. I'm gonna remove the parking brake. Gonna start adding, and you'll see also it taxis better now, and you see it starts moving with much less thrust than previously. I had to go to like 60 to even get it to move a bit, so that's a big bonus, I would say. The one negative thing is that it kinda has a problem with the thrust reverser. It doesn't really, it's not that effective anymore. So yeah, a bit of a bummer. Let's check that the brakes are working. Yeah, they seem to be working. Not that strong though. Nose wheel steering is working. We had our... No, wait. Oh no.
Ground, Airwego 4003 heavy request taxi to runway 04.
Come on, give us the taxi. Come on. Okay, we got the taxi. So it's basically left. It's left, and then not the first one right, but then the second one right, and then all the way down.
4003 heavy taxi to runway 04 via Juliet, November, Hotel, Lima, Hotel.
Yeah, we
Hold
turned a
short
bit
runway
too eagerly.
04.
Taxi to runway 04 via Juliet, November, Hotel, Lima, Hotel. Hold short runway 04 Airwego 4003 heavy.
Okay, we're turning, but this is actually amazing how good it's become in terms of the taxiing. It's really, I would say, up there with PMDG, maybe even better actually. It just kind of works very nicely. Maybe not FS Labs level. That's the taxiing on that one is seems very realistic, but it's not far off. And I guess also now, specifically you notice when you take off, it's I would say that this aircraft is starting to be at that kind of simulation level. It's very good. Let's put this to the V2 speed. So yeah, it's amazing to see what they've been able to do. A lot of cred to the TFDI team. Okay, and we're braking. You need to brake like crazy. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Is it that weak? Is it something with the hydraulics? Did I forget them? I don't think so. I don't think you're supposed to do anything additional. At least not to my knowledge. Let's zoom out a bit with our view so we see a bit more. So what we are gonna do is turn here to the left. It's quite interesting if you see here. It's kind of like two different screens. You have the upper part and then the lower part. I haven't thought about that actually, but yeah, that's very interesting. It doesn't go... Let me see if I increase how it looks. It's still the same. We are on the map. Change to VOR. You have approach. Oh, let's make sure we don't drive on the grass. That's probably not good for the tires. It's too heavy for that. Okay, we're taxiing. We want to be below 30 knots at least. So I'm gonna pull back a bit on the thrust. We have a flex 99.2. Looks fine. Auto brakes are set, seat belts, no smoking. Speed brakes on, flaps on. We have taxi. Lights on. We need to put on the landing lights and get the takeoff clearance. And hope that the co-pilot will play ball with us. So we don't get any issues. Let's see. And I'm actually gonna change to windy now, because I haven't looked. My latest flight was just from Lyon to Liège, so it was a very kind of local flight. The weather is looking fine, nothing bad what I can see. In terms of wind, it will be a bit of a mixed. It's gonna come from the south, so we'll be hit from like the right side of the aircraft. On the starboard side, but that's fine. Okay, let's see, can we get...
Airwego 4003 heavy contact Stansted Tower on 125.55.
Let's see if it switches to Stansted Tower now.
On 125.55. Airwego 4003 heavy.
And it did. And we'll ask... or let them know that we're ready for departure. Let's put those on. That on. Actually quite interesting how they kind of come out, these lights. Doesn't seem so efficient. Okay, we didn't get anything. I'm just gonna do ready for departure.
Airwego 4003 heavy ready for departure.
Maybe I'll have to tell it myself, actually. Airwego 4003 heavy, ready for takeoff.
Airwego 4003
Wow,
heavy
look at that.
129er at 9er knots. Runway 04 cleared for takeoff. Squawk 3013.
Clear for takeoff. We don't see what's that minus though. That I'm gonna assume it's an aircraft that has landed. I think maybe it's stopped, or maybe it's about to get going. Yeah, we can keep that, I guess, as the secondary view. Okay, we're gonna turn here. And I think we can get going, actually. There's not much else we need to do. We put the lights on. Don't think there's any specific strobe. Let me check. No. Not that I can see. Seatbelt signs are set, etc. We have trim set, we have flap set, we have speed brake, and we have the auto brake. So we're gonna pull this up, and it's gonna now automatically go to the takeoff flex position. So now we have takeoff thrust, we have prof armed and nav armed, aka prof is the V nav. Can push this forward a bit, 80 knots, 100 knots, and bring the yoke back. V1, rotate. We don't want to push it too fast. And there we go. Getting those gears up. It really flies amazing. It feels very nice. I would say actually this aircraft, it's kind of the 777 of PMDG. It reminds me a lot of that one. Because, you know, it's a very good aircraft, misses some things, you know, it doesn't have, for example, the rain effects, the 777. This one has it, so, you know, good, but not in the hall of perfect.
4003 heavy contact Stansted radar director on 136.2.
Okay, there we go.
Radar director on 136.2.
Even though I guess, you know, rain effects isn't that important, to be honest. Okay, let's see, they want us to pull down low speed thrust.
Radar director Airwego 4003 heavy.
Why would
climbing to flight level 140.
interesting, maybe yeah, weird.
Airwego 4003 Heavy, good morning. Climb and maintain flight level 140.
Okay, just give us
Climb
that
and
trust.
maintain flight
Come on.
level 140. Airwego 4003 Heavy.
Okay, it wants us to hold at 4,000, so that's a bit frustrating. I'm actually gonna put on the auto flight so that it can do that for us. And then I'm gonna have a look at the flight plan, because we are at 114, so it's gonna be 4,000. Let's get it to climb.
Airwego
Okay, there's an
4003
altitude
Heavy, climb and
constraint.
maintain flight level 140.
So the way we'll force
Climb
it
and
up
maintain
is by
flight
using
level
the vertical
140.
speed.
Airwego 4003 Heavy.
But yeah, it flies very nicely. I'll give it that. Let's turn off the nose lights. Maybe we should even turn off the landing lights. It's a bit early to do that, 10,000 feet, but it looks so ugly, and I want to get a nice picture of it. Come on, can I get it without the lower? Oh, okay, maybe we'll have to make do with it. That's a nice one. There we go. Okay, maybe we can put those back so we remember 10,000 feet, right? Okay, we're now climbing.
4003 Heavy, contact London Control on 118.47.
Control on 118.47.
Let's do
Airwego
3,000.
4003 Heavy.
I don't mind that they give us the higher clearances earlier.
Control
I'm
Airwego
not sure of how the constraint
4003
works here.
Heavy.
Can, you know,
Climbing
if
to
they tell
flight
us
level
climb
140.
to 140, can we kind of ignore them? Because they seem
Airwego
so low.
4003
Actually, I'm
Heavy,
gonna
good
check
morning.
that. No, actually, you still follow them, actually, unless ATC gives you a specific instruction that cancel them. That's interesting. If ATC says climb, climb. Doesn't matter what the chart says. Okay. That's the AbSim solution. I like that one. Okay, and after that one we can climb higher. Let's see, so I'm gonna increase here quickly. We're above 10,000, so we can finally get rid of the landing lights. Actually, one thing I totally forgot is the weather radar. Let's get that on. That one is supposed to work, so yeah, we don't have any terrain.
Airwego 4003 Heavy, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Let's see.
Climb and maintain flight level 230. Airwego 4003 Heavy.
We do actually wanna climb. I'm gonna put this to our, because we're just gonna be getting climbing clearances from now on. Okay, they still want us 6,000 at CLN. Okay, so that's why we need to to use the vertical one. But we're climbing pretty nicely. Let's see. Can we see anything with this one? I've never, I think, been able to spot anything with the weather radar, so I'm a bit skeptical of it.
PT2751, contact 136, decimal 035, bye-bye.
Okay, we can increase the gain maybe. Have a bit of a tilt. And then we can increase the range on this one as well. This might be a too big of a range to see something. If we do 80 maybe. Could just be that there isn't anything to see, of course, but oh well, let's see. Okay, we'll do off on that. Seatbelt and no smoking. Go crazy, people. And yeah, look at that. At these moments the 2D clouds look pretty good. Just kind of enjoyable in their own, or on their own way, kind of thing. I mean, it's not perfect, but they look kind of realistic. It's the cumulus clouds, those do look pretty good with the 2D ones. Okay, let's see, we're now turning here. Maybe we can do the proficiency now. Let me see, climb thrust. Yeah, it's looking like it's able to handle it from now. So that's nice. Lights are off. I think the windshield wipers work, so we don't need to try them. Not at these speeds anyway. Let's actually check again the winds, because I just realized that on windy I checked it at surface level, not at our cruising level. We're actually gonna get perfect wind. It's coming down, or it's coming up from Spain and France, pushing up towards England, and then kind of bending towards Finland and Sweden. And that's probably also why we have, I guess, let me check. I would assume that that's why we're getting a bit of a warmer weather this week as well. We have plus degrees, so yeah, it changes quickly. Okay, let's. Oh, sorry, we don't want to reset. We want to pull that one to standard. Still climbing. Some of these clouds seem pretty big, but maybe nothing too interesting for us. Let me see what it says. Yeah, nothing here. And we're not getting the stuttering, so that's nice. That was what ended my last recording. It's continued even till landing, so it was super frustrating, to be honest. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, nothing. Nothing to see. Okay, let's go through quickly all the... Let's check around. Yeah, no unnecessary lags.
Airwego 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 310.
We can do fuel first.
Climb and maintain flight level 310.
Looks fine.
Airwego 4003 heavy.
Consequences, nothing to see. Status, nothing to see. Yeah, ND is not available. Yeah. Air, it's all looking relatively reasonable. Maybe a bit warmer here in the back compared to here in the front. But otherwise it's looking fine. Some deviations. That was air. Electrical, fine. Nothing seems off. Hydraulics seem to be fine as well. Some minor fluctuations. And then the engine one, which we'll keep on, is also looking pretty good. Okay, we're still climbing slowly and steadily. Yeah, it would be really nice if you could see the wings move a bit. Just some bending would be wonderful.
133-280, ice air 1503, bye-bye.
What else? What else? What else?
Lufthansa 84 Mike, level 340, we are inbound details. Lufthansa 84 Mike, hello, identified, clear direct lateral. Present position direct lateral, Lufthansa 84 Mike, thanks. Turkish 1, contact 127.075, goodbye. 127.075, Turkish 1, thank you, good day.
Airwego 4003 heavy climb and maintain flight level 370.
Maybe it's the weather, maybe the brightness
Climb
is
and
too low.
maintain flight level 370. Airwego 4003
I'll now turn
heavy.
it off, on. Still not seeing anything. Maybe I need to tilt it downwards now, see if we can pick anything up. I doubt it. Okay, and we got our climbing clearance to 370, which we are going for. We have 1 hour and 43 minutes to go, so it's gonna take a bit of time. There's likely not gonna be much happening. It's a very kind of automated aircraft. It is a beauty, right? Look at this. It's a very fine bird. Need to get some better viewpoints. But yeah, very nice looking. Let's see, let's just get up to cruising and then I'm gonna pause the recording. And then let's see, do I wanna do time compression? Might not be worth it if we're gonna be speeding up even just a tad bit more. We might do it pretty quickly, this one. It's at 8:05. If we get it up to 8:3 or something like that, it might be pretty nice. Let me check actually though what the cruise settings are. Economic climb 8.6. But if we push that a bit, let's do 820. Oh, not allowed. Haters. Can I do it like that? Let me see if we... Yeah, now it is speeding up a bit. Let's see, is it... Maybe there's a different setting, or I'm gonna assume there's a different... for the climb, right? 8.03, yes, we're climbing actually a bit faster than what we're supposed to be climbing at. But now we're gonna be picking up and it's gonna change from the climb mode to the... You can see here the climb limitations gonna change to cruise limitations. Let's see here now. We're almost at 37. The nose are gonna start coming down now. Yeah. You can see it coming down. Soon it's gonna level off. Still on climb limitation. And we are now on cruise. You can see 8.816. Then the cruise limitation. And now I think we are coming... Well, it's not gonna save us that much time, to be honest. Still 143. Yeah, we would need to get it a bit higher up to actually save some. Let me see if we can change it now. Maybe here, thrust limits, climb, cruise 9.3. So can we change that? Let's say 9.4. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to check a bit how you tweak that, because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to change that. It's just that I'm missing that now. Quite nice weather actually. A lot of clouds here and there. We're already flying over the North Atlantic Sea. And knock on wood, no stuttering, etc. So this has been really nice actually. I've been not disabling, but like unclicking a lot of the FSX airports. I added like freeware ones, and I think it really helps with stuttering and stuff. So let's see if I can actually increase FPS or maybe put some higher, because I don't think my CPU is really being utilized to that crazy of an, or to a crazy amount, at least as of now. Okay, let's see, 3.7, yeah, that's good, that's good. Yeah, I think it's looking fine. Do we have to put that on, or does it matter? I don't think so, because we could still see the aircraft. Actually interesting though, do we see... Because I have data on. Because shouldn't we see like the limitation? Maybe you only see it on the ones when you're descending.
Clear of conflict. Traffic.
Look at that. Where is that bird? Flying directly. Interesting. Okay, this is a bit funny. Let's see how it, I mean, we're not gonna crash, right? With that climb though, we should have climbed, right? That's a clear advisory. It's not very close to us though. Are we really on intercepting paths?
For your request, contact 1347, you are released for climb.
I mean, it is 20 nautical miles away from us, so it's gonna kind of come behind us at this rate. I have a hard time seeing it be an actual threat, but you know, could be wrong. Can't see anything, to be honest. But yeah, cool to see it in action. Yeah, it's going to go behind us. We'll be fine. Okay, but I think this is a good point. I'm gonna pause the recording now and get back for the approach. So see you in a jiffy. Hi guys, we are back. Let's see, we are almost at our descent point. Took a bit longer than I thought. I didn't use time compression, so now it's very late in real life as well. So I'm getting tired, but still going strong. The flight has been actually running very well, so I do wonder if it really helped to remove some of those airports that I got rid of, or at least deselected in the sim. No stuttering, etc. Just smooth sailing. And look at this beauty. I mean, it's specifically here at the tail. It looks really nice with the sun coming on, reflecting. So we're gonna descend from Ibut. We got our descent clearance, and they said that we can descend with the Laku transition. So Laku 8 arrival, which is the one that we have, I'm pretty sure, to flight level 0909. Let me just double check that it's the Laku 8. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that one. I'm gonna check quickly with Pilot 2DC just to make sure. Yeah, Laku 8M. That's the one. And they said 090. So we're gonna bring down this one to 090. And let's see, I think it will start descending by itself if I'm not mistaken. That's really interesting in terms of step climbs. I found out that Airbus doesn't do that, right? You have to do it manually, it's not automatic. So there's some mods for like Tolis to do automatic step climbs. It's a bit funny when you're flying Airbus, but I guess it's like a quality of life thing. You know, it's just more automated and easier to do it when you're doing, or when it's an automated thing. Then you don't have to do it, right? But yeah, I need to check up on step climbs and how they work in practice. But I guess it's just about programming it, and then the aircraft flies it for you. In terms of the runway, I am pretty sure we are gonna get runway 15. But let's see if they change. But that's the one we're supposed to land at. ILS 109.1 with a course of 147, I think. Yeah, let me check actually. Did I write 147? Or did I put something else in here? 156. I am fairly certain it's 147. Where did I get 156 from? No clue actually. So let's get in 147. There we go. Now it should be the correct one. And what else do we need to figure out? Let's see if we're starting now the descent. Yeah, I can hear the engine starting to slow down, or the power is decreasing. It's supposed to be only 30 minutes left, but I'm gonna guess 20 minutes because we are gonna be flying a bit slower and, you know, descending, and we'll be, you know, kind of slowly or quickly actually start to slow down. And then I guess below 10,000 feet it's only 250 knots, so. But let's see. Anything else now? Let's see, what else do we have? Climb straight ahead, then turn left for the missed approach. There's a holding. Minimums 362. Barrow, we have that set in, yeah. Transition altitude 5,000. So nothing too interesting. The airport elevation 16, runway 162, airport 179. We got fuel temp low, and we're actually having a bit of a freeze, but okay, it stopped. And what does that mean when we have fuel temp low? What do we want to... Is it the wings you want to put the anti-ice for? How does that work? Are we supposed to see anything? No ice detected, airfoil, anti-ice. Oh, maybe it's just like a button you press. That's hard though, like how do you know if you pressed it? Windshield. Do we have maybe here with the fuel auxiliary system? Is there anything? Nothing there with the pumps, maybe. I think it would be the anti-ice tail. Need to check that up at some point. Okay, but the fuel temp low. Let me see if there's any suggestion on how to MD-11 fuel temp low.
5 to Echo Zulu, are you looking for higher? No, it's 5 for us, Alpine, 5 to Echo Zulu.
I found an AvSim post about the PMDG1 and there's an descending. So if you don't descend, the engines may fail. Descend and increase speed. Okay, interesting.
With 6 Tango Papa identified, TPDLC.
Increasing airspeed will warm up the fuel. Interesting. So in the PMDG one, you could change the fuel type to a winter blend, which is a much lower gel temp than regular Jet A1 fuel. Interesting.
This is contact 1255 2340 in Bambalek.
I don't think, I'm not sure if the TFDI one has that sort of a nice
Okay, we climb flight level 370.
simulation. Could be, of course. As it's becoming a bit darker, I am thinking that it might be nice to put on some panel lights. Okay, let's see. That's gonna help a bit. And then I think we wanna do this one as well. There we go. In terms of the weather, let's double check, see what we have. Overcast at 600 feet. It's close. If we weren't flying the ILS and we were only doing the localizer, we would have a problem. But since we can fly the ILS, we should be fine. 109 is the altimeter. Let's write that down on my whiteboard. Ah, that's what I was gonna... I'm thinking of buying a huge, like, maybe not a whiteboard, one of those, what would you call them? Blackboards, or the ones where you write with like a... Well, what's it called actually? Krita in Swedish, but I guess there's a different word for it in English. Chalk. So like a chalkboard. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That would be cool. So let's see, 1029er is the altimeter. We have a 5000 transition altitude, so that's good to know. We're at 24,000, still descending. Let's see if the progress page gives us any input on the descent. Nothing too interesting. What about, let's see the flight plan actually. If you switch like this, like look at that, you can even populate the winds at all the different, yeah, that's cool. Let's see, we have a discontinuity. Have they said anything about that? Descending via with the Lockwood transition. Now the question is, what's the Lockwood transition? So let's say I chose that. There is no specific transition. Okay. So we're doing what they asked us to do. It's a nice view. Hard to... We can keep that, I think. I like this. That should have been a treat to fly the MD-11 quite a bit late, as of late. I really come to appreciate it in terms of, you know, the simulation. It's not my favorite aircraft. It's quite hard on the approaches, but yeah, I mean that's also part of the fun to fly it, right?
Airwego 4003 Heavy maintain heading 075 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 15 at Vantaa Airport descent and maintain 2000 feet QNH is 1029er. At Vantaa Airport contact Helsinki approach on 129er.85.
Turn to heading 075 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 15 descent and maintain 2000 feet.
Okay, vectors, good.
QNH is
Turn to heading 075.
approach on 129.85. Airwego 4003 Heavy.
Let me just check, are they already giving us vectors, or is this... Yeah, they are actually. So we are gonna turn to...
Airwego 4003 Heavy, descending to 2000 feet.
Yeah, we're gonna be...
Airwego 4003 Heavy maintain heading 075.
Turn to heading 075 Airwego 4003 Heavy.
We're gonna be flying this manually.
Airwego 4003 Heavy good afternoon.
Let's check, we can also lower this to 4. We're maybe a tad bit high, that's my feeling. What did they now say? Turn heading 075. Yeah. That's what we've been doing. So hopefully it should be fine. Oh, sorry, not that. This one's. Pew, pew. Pew. Okay. Slowly slowing down, so that's good. We might have to descend a bit slower if we really want to get that slowed down. Could use the speed brakes as well. I feel like we're a tad bit too high. I don't think we can extend though the speed brake. Slap. No, sorry, that's the slat. Yeah, maybe we can actually extend. We need to unarm it, of course. And then we can do 2/3.
Approach 138, dzień dobry, descending 140, inbound Pisen, information.
Maybe we can do even more. Now we can hear the sound. And we can even see them here extending, and we have some behind us as well. Okay, now we're slowing down rapidly. Unfortunately, I still feel like we are quite a bit too high. I'm gonna change to 210. One thing on approach, you need to keep a very high N1 value. I've heard some that are saying that that's probably wrong. Doesn't make sense. It's around 80 to between 80 to 90 almost in some cases for the landing with I think with flaps 35 is it, and then you have 50. I use 35 usually. I think that's the standard one. Then it's not as bad. It's like 70 or something, but I think then when flaps 50 you have to have a very high N1 value. Okay, so we're coming up on 10,000 feet. I'm gonna put on the landing lights. I'm also gonna put on these lights because better that we don't forget that. Let's check also the recording. It's looking good. We got the altitude, that's fine. We just need to remember to set the altimeter. Still descending. Potentially still. Oh wait, did they ask us to descend 2,000 feet? Yeah. And we wanna descend quite a bit. 2,000 feet. We're still way too high. I am a bit worried actually, to be honest. Let's see if we can descend a bit faster. See how the speed will hold up with that. Okay, we're at 8,000. We want to be at 2,000, so yeah. You can see the cloud layer. I mean, it's very low. We're at 8,000 and we're not kind of close. I'm gonna guess. Well, we're getting closer and closer now since we're descending relatively rapidly. And maybe around 6,000 we're gonna end up in the clouds. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, maybe we can slow down even further. You can see we're above the glide slope, so that's not a good indication at this stage. I'm gonna a bit arrest our descent so we don't pick up too much speed. Won't be worth the gains we get. A bit of a balancing act, right? Speed picks up with a higher descent rate. Some loading, but that's mainly the airport now at this point, so it's gonna freeze a bit. Now we're back. 2,100 or yeah, 2-1. Okay, now we're on the glides. That's nice. Are we slowing down? Maybe if we go even lower. Let's see if we do the approach. That's how it's gonna look. And let's see if we get any input from. And we're below 5,000 now, right? So we can set the
Airwego
barrow.
4003 heavy, turn left to heading 345.
Turn left to heading 345 Airwego 4003 heavy.
Turn left to heading 3.
Airwego 4003 heavy, heading is 120. You are 16 nautical miles northwest of the airport. Fly heading 120 to intercept final. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 15. Contact Helsinki Tower on 118.6.
I hate to find the click
Heading
spot,
is
it's quite hard.
120. Fly heading 120. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 15.
Okay, I think we can go
Tower
slats
on
1.
118.6. Airwego
We still need to
4003
raise.
heavy.
Not that one, but this one.
Tower
109.
Airwego 4003 heavy. Inbound for
We
ILS
can
approach
land the
runway
arm.
15.
Oh, sorry, we can land our. We can arm the landing or the
Airwego
approach.
4003 heavy, good afternoon. Continue ILS to runway 15. Call when established.
And I'm
on
also
final.
gonna remove the
Continue
thrust.
ILS runway 15 will call when established on final. Airwego 4003 heavy.
Okay, looking good. We're almost established on final. We have it armed. We should be slowing down quite a bit, but we instead picked up a bit of speed. I'm a bit surprised actually by that. We're not descending where we should be. I mean, we have no thrust. I'm gonna drop the landing gear. Maybe it's a bit too high to drop it at this point. What was that light? Do we have someone else landing? No? Okay. That was... Oh, maybe it was because we dropped the landing gear. Maybe something odd with that. Yeah, let's go flaps 13. I'm gonna add a... Yeah, look at that traffic. We got traffic warning. But where? On top of us, maybe? Okay, let's add a bit more. And we're flaps 28. Let's go flaps 35. Yeah, maybe we need quite a bit of N1. Okay, we can change actually the view to map. I'm gonna quickly just take a look. Discontinuity ahead, that's fine. We're supposed to do 152 VREF 147, okay. That's fine, we can slow down a bit. Look at that, we're not even close to the... Why aren't we following the localizer? Or maybe we're trying, but it's just slow. We're following the glide, but we're not turning into the localizer, I think, enough. That's a bit odd. Could I... Let's arm the spoilers. Let's set these to medium. Yeah, and let's remove the autopilot. Saw a good video about that, right? If something is going wrong, you don't try to fix, you know, the autopilot. You try to fix the aircraft, right? I mean, that's the... Or you try to fly the aircraft. That's what you should prioritize. And we can see the runway, right? So, should be fine. Okay, one. Let's see. Okay, there's not that much visibility at all. It's crazy that we can see the runway though. Thank God for strong runway lights. Okay, gear is down, flaps are set.
Heavy winds are 160 at 10 knots.
Speed is looking fine.
Runway 15.
All the lights are set. We got landing clearance.
Airwego 4003 heavy.
That's good. Okay, we want to pitch up a bit. Okay, but not too much. Okay, it's a slippery slope, maintaining the glide here. Okay, 400. Okay, runway in sight. Says we're a bit high. I think it's gonna be fine. Adding a bit of thrust whilst pitching down. Continue. I think we're pretty fine actually. 100. Yeah, this should be fine.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, let's see. If you look now at the speed, I feel it's coming down very slow. Not at all as fast as I would prefer. So I'm gonna go manual braking. I find that helps quite a bit. We can turn out here. Hot tamale. That was a nice one actually, yeah. This aircraft just flies amazing now compared to previously. Or at least that's my my assessment. Yeah, we don't need those lights, but let's try to remember them for the replay. And let's start the APU whilst we're at it. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I really like the MK Studios from, or the Helsinki airport from MK Studios. It's a really nice looking airport. They've done it really well. Even though it's a bit old, yeah, I think the Just Sim version is a bit of a newer one because you can see the new kind of buildings, or at least the construction of it. But I mean, don't really care for that. I can still remember how the old Helsinki airport kind of was and how it looked. Even though I'm probably gonna forget it at some point. Crazy how, you know, when a building or something changes and then you get used to it, then after a while your brain is just gonna forget the old memories of how it looked. Let me just think. All of this is set. APU is available. We can put the bleed. And I think we can taxi here to one of these. Should be a pretty good cargo. Something here. And we can actually do, we can use GSX because they've actually added a pretty nice feature. So we can select from map. And what that does is it gets up this little map. So we can select that. And we don't want to warp. No, we don't need to follow me. Now the question is, where did they go? Are they there? Where did you go, GSX? With Soda VGS. Maybe that's why. But I can't see any Soda VDGS. Ah, okay, who cares? We'll just park at this one and quit for today. I rarely do the deboarding stuff anyway. Not my forte. Okay. Look how dark it got down here as well, you know, without any sun. It's basically night, in a way. Okay, let's park. Shut the engines. And so we don't forget, put on all the lights for the landing. Final recording stop automatically. Things are looking pretty good. We can submit PyRep. Thank you for flying with Airwego cargo. Taking that into account, we can also update. So the last time I flew for Airwego was now. Let's put in the date. So we have it. And what we'll do now before we wrap up. Oh, I didn't check my my landing rate, but it can't have been bad. That was a rookie mistake by me. But let's have a look at the. And actually, before we do that, let's get down the flaps to 35. That is, it looks nicer for the recording. I think we don't need the engines, right, to get the flaps. Or do we maybe? For hydraulics, etc. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Instant replay. Let's close pilot to ADC as well. I think we can go a bit further back. 400 should be good. So here we are, our approach. And you know, it maybe could have been a bit better. The localized thing got a bit off. Not too bad though. Look at the airport though, with these lights and stuff. It looks magnificent. It's a very well done airport. Kudos to MK Studios. Okay, here we're getting down. Approaching nicely. The tower looks a bit dark though. I'll say that. And let me see, did we land on time? Yeah, we did. Very smooth. Yeah, very smooth kind of center line. Oh, nice. This was nice. This was a good flight. Well, maybe not that many hiccups actually. I think it overall went pretty well. So we can be happy campers. If you have any questions or comments before my next video, or whenever you watch this, do provide those. They're always appreciated. Any input, etc. Things to consider. And it's close to beacon lights as well. And yeah, have a good rest of the day. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.